I've never seen so much excitement for a game as I am for Starfield right at this moment. You even have PlayStation fans turning in their PlayStation 5's to buy an Xbox to play this. And I'm not saying that, millions upon millions of people are doing that, but we're seeing the posts on social media where, like, they'll have a GameStop receipt and showing that they traded it in or whatever. I don't see why somebody wouldn't just buy a Series S or whatever if you really wanted to play it and you're a console gamer. But we're seeing this unprecedented hype for it, and I think a lot of people are starting to kind of get into it more so than they've ever been before. And I know for me personally, this is something that I've been doing as well. Like, I'm not even sure, like, there's stuff that I maybe want to start playing, but it makes no sense to start playing it before Starfield comes out, because all my time's going to be dedicated to Starfield, and that's just the truth. And, people don't realize how big of a game this is. But I do have some really good Starfield news for you, and I know that a lot of you absolutely cannot wait to see that starship take up. Like, what kind of starship are you going to build, man? Like, that's the exciting part of this whole thing.
On Cape Flandaveril, we noticed your Sky Row Technics and thought we'd join in. Ooh, looks like a perfect landing.
Wow! Did you see that yaw control?
I want to build a ship with unbelievable yaw control, and I know you guys want to as well. But anyway, I'm sure that there's a lot of things that people are looking forward to, like specifically, when are you going to be able to play this game? And a lot of people are kind of wondering that question themselves, I'm sure. Like, this game, do you guys remember back in the day, maybe you're a console gamer, and you remember back in the day, you would see people kind of go out and maybe go to a midnight launch of a game or something along those lines, and it was such an amazing thing, right? And now it's like, when we see that Microsoft is kind of doing something similar, I love that fact. I love the fact that they're, letting us kind of get this hype build up. We can pre-install the game already. If you have an idea of when you're going to be able to sort of see this game and be able to play it, I have some good news for you. So if you're wondering at what time things are going to be available for you to play the game, global release times, I have that information for you right here, and it is absolutely looking to be awesome. I know, it's like, this is the funny part, like, some people will likely change their Xbox time zone and do the Australia or New Zealand time zone to get to be able to play it early. People often do that. For me personally, it looks like 8 p.m. But again, if you have early, if you're able to play early, then I definitely suggest that you can. But think about this: August 31st, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's when I'll be playing the game. I'm not going to mess with any of my time zones or anything like that. I'll just wait. But I already have the game pre-installed. I can't wait to actually jump into this game. Like, I was already hyped about this previously, and now I am far more hyped than I think I've ever been, especially when you read what Starfield is about. So anyway, Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, actually had some interesting comments about Starfield, and this might really make some people happy, might make some people not as happy. But Xbox boss Phil Spencer has said that Starfield is more Oblivion than Skyrim, and we can actually trust what he's talking about, since he's been playing Bethesda's RPG for over 200 hours already. He was talking about this at Gamescom. Spencer gave some small insight into Starfield, including how long he's had access to the game. He says he thinks he's on his 15th playthrough. He said he's probably 200 hours in, but not on one playthrough. So how long has it taken for the Xbox executive to rack up this many hours? Fans first spotted Spencer playing Starfield on his Xbox Series X back in July, but as it turns out, he's had access to the game since November of 2022. That's around the same time that we were originally supposed to get the game before it was delayed into 2023. That's one of the perks of being Xbox's gaming CEO, I suppose. So elsewhere in the same talk, Spencer gave fans a bit more of an idea of how Starfield plays. He said, I think it's more Oblivion than Skyrim. For people who've played, maybe they'll get that. It is an epic game. This isn't the first time those close to Starfield's development have compared it to Skyrim or Oblivion, but it's interesting to see that Spencer is likening it to Elder Scrolls 4 rather than 5. One of the comparisons revealed that Starfield has over 4 times as much dialogue as Skyrim, which really puts it into perspective just how big this game is set to be. The Starfield dialogue system is also a modern take on Oblivion's persuasion mechanics. So if you're a fan of Bethesda's other works, you're almost guaranteed to enjoy the game as well. So seeing that he has this much time into the game, it's, pretty crazy when you really think about it. So, Phil Spencer out here, I think, doing a really good job kind of getting people excited for the game. Spencer concludes, and he says it's an epic game, and Bethesda has reportedly said that it's the most ambitious thing that they've ever done, and largest by far. So it's really, I gotta be honest, as an Xbox fan, it's really hard to understate how much Xbox has riding on Starfield with the console generation that doesn't seem to be going, incredibly well for them. Well, I think it's doing pretty good. It's really hard to say, like, if it's going as well as what we would hope or as well as they would have hoped. I don't think we really know that yet, but I think that this is going to be the start of games coming out on a regular clip, and Starfield sounds like it's going to be the big, amazing game that people were expecting from the beginning, and I think that's going to be the important part of all of this, to be honest with you. So they've done a really good job of getting people excited for this. I think Starfield is going to be one of those games that realistically changes everything that we know about gaming, and that's the exciting part, in my opinion. All of us are sitting here going, Microsoft, they need to prove themselves, they need to do this, and this is that chance for them to do that, and that's the exciting part as far as I'm concerned. And I want to see them be able to do these things, get everybody excited about the future of Xbox, and I think Starfield is a big part of that. So we'll see what happens. I know for one thing, I can't wait to dive into it. It's just honestly one of the best looking games, one of the most amazing games that I've seen that they've been previewing. I've watched the trailer that you're watching right here numerous times, probably 25 times. I've watched the whole thing. I can't wait. I've been reading up on little things, not spoilery things, but I've been reading up on things that, kind of pique my interest about the game, and that's, I think, exactly why, this is going to be, in my opinion, game of the year. I know people are going to go, well, what about, well, what about this, or what about Baldur's Gate, or what have you? But I got to be completely honest about you, and I'm sure Baldur's Gate is a fine game. It's not for me. Like an isometric type, hardcore RPG is not for me. But I think in general, people are tired of the sequels upon sequels upon sequels and the cross-gen stuff. I think this is one of the first few times that a huge game is going to be current gen only, and it's also not a sequel but a new IP. It's getting more rare for there to be new IP, especially single player, because at the end of the day, it's risky. So we are not seeing this a whole hell of a lot. First time in 25 years we're seeing this from Bethesda, so hell yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm sure a lot of you are as well. Can't wait to kind of see my ship blast off and just kind of have a good time with all this whole thing. What are you guys most looking forward to? What are you going to do? What's the first thing you're going to do in Starfield? Let me know. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing. I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews. Have a great day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Crap Gamer out.